Do you ever find yourself stressed out? Your brain is anywhere but here. You might be worrying, you might be fearing that other people are judging you, you might be having trouble falling asleep because your brain just won't turn off. You may be hearing voices that are really stressing you out as well. If you have trouble turning off your brain, like I do, today we're gonna go over a nice, simple technique. One that many people get wrong, and if you stay to the end, I'm gonna talk about a nice adaptation to simplify this in case it's too overwhelming. Today, we're gonna go over the 5 senses. Hi, I'm Dr. Brinen. I'm a psychologist and I'm a co-creator of recovery-oriented cognitive therapy. And in this series, I'm going over nice, simple techniques to help you get going and get back to living the life that you want. And today, we're gonna talk about a nice, simple way to ground yourself where you are when your brain wants to be anywhere but here. It's called the 5 senses. This is a technique that I was taught by one of my colleagues when we were working on a clinical trial, and I've never looked back after learning this technique. It's a really simple technique. You're basically gonna go through each of the senses, but every time you move on to another sense, you're gonna go one less sense. So you're gonna do 5 of the first sense, 4 of the second sense, 3 of the third sense, 2 of the fourth sense, and 1 of the 5th sense. So for example, you might do 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can feel, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. And you can mix up based off of where you are. So if you're in a restaurant, you may do more things you can taste and smell. If you're sitting in a room, you may do more things that you can see and feel. So there's no magic to the order of the senses. Just go all the way through them. The other trick to it is you want to make sure you take time and take in each of them. One of the mistakes I see people make all the time is that they speed run the 5 senses. They name it like it's a challenge on a game show. They'll go through and go light, camera. You don't want to go fast. The idea is taking time to soak in each of those things. So let's try this together now. Watch. Monitor. Mug, book, camera. Now name 4 things that you can hear. Plane, lawnmower, dog, my voice. Now name 3 things that you can feel. Skin, stubble, mug. Name 2 things that you can smell. T-shirt, office. And then 1 thing you can taste. Coffee. How is that for you? This takes practice, just like any other technique. But here's that shortcut that I promised you, in case it feels too overwhelming. Find something, go through and just name 1 thing for each sense. And it sometimes is really great if you're getting a cup of coffee or you're eating something. So I'm gonna start with 1 thing I can feel. I can feel the warmth of the mug. 1 thing I can taste, the bitterness of the tea. 1 thing I can see the tea jiggling around and the lights in the tea. 1 thing I can hear, can actually hear it splashing just a little bit. And 1 thing I can smell. Nice tea. The nice thing, you can do that in a restaurant, you can do that anywhere. So find the things where you can do 5 senses in those moments. And so what do you learn from it? If you're worrying, is it an opportunity to take a break from the worry? If you're having trouble falling asleep, is it the idea that you can fall asleep? That you can control your wakefulness, but you can't control when you fall asleep? So what do you learn when you use 5 senses? Make sure you write that down. If this was helpful, share it with somebody who could use this as well. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. It really helps to get it out to other people. And if you're looking for more techniques and practical ways to get back to living your life, check out my book, Living Well with Psychosis. It's available anywhere you buy books. And if you have read it, please consider leaving a thoughtful review on Amazon. It really helps to get the word out. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope this was helpful, and check out this playlist of other techniques. Until next time, be well.